Welcome to the vBrownBag. My name is Concistre. I work as a principal architect for Dell EMC Australia. So what we got today is I'm going to talk about containers. Container is a technology that is getting very popular. Even today in the keynotes, Mr. Michael Dell was talking about containers. So a little bit of a disclaimer. In the agenda, I got 3 points for today. So the first thing I'm going to introduce a little bit what's the container, why containers are popular, and what's the advantage of running containers in our data center. Then I actually deploy an application. So I'm going to show what was the process for me that I am a VMware admin to deploy an application using Docker's containers. And finally, I'm going to show a little bit, a quick demo how I did the process. So how was the process for me to create a real application using containers. So let's start with the container definition. So what is a container? A container is a process. It's one single process that runs isolated in our environment. Why containers are getting so popular? Because containers are really fast. It's really fast to deploy a container. You can run more applications. You can run more users. You can support more users in your environment when you run containers. You don't need to have the overhead of the operating system. And I think the most popular, or why containers are really getting popular, is because containers run everywhere. I can run containers on my laptop. I can run containers on the vSphere infrastructure. I can run containers pretty much everywhere. So that's the reason we are talking here about containers. That's the advantage of running containers. And let's talk about vSphere, what VMware got for containers. So vSphere, or VMware, got the VMware Integrated Containers. That is an engine that allows you to run container next to your VMs. So you can have in the same environment your VMs, your virtual machines, and you can also run your container VMs next to. So the VMware Container Integrated, actually I'm not going to take much time on this one because there is plenty of information on the internet. So it is 3 components are part of the VMware Integrated Container. So we got the engine, we got the management portal, and we got the register. So that's pretty much, this is an offer, this is an open source project from VMware that you actually can find a lot of information on the internet. So I'm going to talk about my demo. So what I have done. So the first thing that I have done is I deploy the vSphere integrated container in my data center, and I deploy the OVA. I installed the OVA. It was really simple, the process to do it. And the first thing, I'm going to run a hello world. That's the first container. That container is going to test if your engine and if everything is set up properly in your environment. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to write with one single click, I'm going to deploy Wordpress. So it's really simple, one click, and I'm going to have Wordpress ready to be deployed, ready to be installed. And I want to take it a little bit extra, and I want to use Docker files to create a container VM, and also to be able to put it in my hub repository. So I can take the image with me anywhere I go. So that's the reason I said containers are really portable. I can run it everywhere, and I can run it and take it with me. It's really easy. So that's what I got for today. That's actually what I'm going to show you in the demo. So now let me show you the. So the first thing that we are going to create here is I'm going to create the vSphere, the engine. So the engine to run the containers. I have already created the script to run this before in order not to make any mistakes, because I mean, it's really quick, short time. So after running that, it creates the engine, the container engine, that is a vApp. So that's the way, I mean, if we get the vSphere client, we are familiar with vApps. That's the way that the container is exposing the resources. The vSphere is exposing the resources to the container. So I have just run here, and I create the first engine and it's running fine. So now I'm gonna get information about my engine. I'm gonna get information about what I have run. I'm gonna copy and paste really quick here. And we can see here that the back engine is a vSphere. And we can see that everything is up and running, and we can see the resources. So we got a pool of resources ready to run all my containers. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the first container. This is Hello World. That's an image, very lightweight image, just to test that everything is working as I expect. So as I don't have the image in my repository, in my local repository, it goes to internet, it downloads the image. It's really lightweight image, and at the end it said hello from Docker, means we are running, we are up and running, we are operational at the moment. So the next thing that I'm gonna create is the WordPress. So again, with one simple click, we are gonna deploy a WordPress. So what this is doing again, because I don't have in my local repository that image, is going to go to internet and it's gonna download the image for me, and then pretty much I'm gonna be up and running in a matter of seconds. So as soon as the image is downloaded, I'm gonna be ready to run my first container. It's a WordPress, and pretty much I'm done. I mean, it's so simple to use this. So it's getting the image, I'm getting the image from the internet, download the image. And as you're gonna see now that in my engine, in my B apps, it's gonna be now, you see that the VMware WordPress is there. That's the name that I put to the image. So let's test it. So I go here and I check that the WordPress is up and running now. And that's it. So we got WordPress. How long did it take? It took me less than 30 seconds. So the last thing that I'm gonna create an application using Docker files. Docker files is the script, is the more easy way to script containers. So what I have done is I have created my Docker file. I have created my script in Python. It's a really simple script. Pretty much I'm gonna return hello world again. It's nothing special in that particular script. Pretty much I'm gonna run it, and it's gonna build an image for me that I can take that image with me everywhere I go. So how do I do that? So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build the image using the Python script that is there. I actually download the Python from the internet. I'm not a developer, but that's what your developers are gonna do. They are gonna download, they are gonna write the code for you guys and create the image. So once I have created the image, we now have an image. I'm gonna show you. So I got my new image is my demo. That's the name that I just. So that's the image, the new image created. And now I'm gonna tag the image and I'm gonna upload the image to my repository. It means I'm gonna take this image with me everywhere I go. So I'm here testing actually that the image is working. I mean that the Python script that I have run, that I have written is working. So let me check here. Again, as I said, this is just a simple hello world. It's really simple, it's nothing fancy here. And the last thing that I'm gonna do is pretty much, I'm gonna upload the image to my repository. So I log in using my Docker login password, username and password, into the Docker Hub. So when I do this, okay, so I log in with my credential here. And pretty much what I'm doing is taking the image with me. So using that command, I'm gonna tag the image. So I'm gonna put a name on this image, in that particular one. Actually, I can share this image after that with the community. I mean, that's one of the reasons, again, Docker is getting really popular, because you can find thousands, millions of images on the internet, so you don't have to do anything now. So pretty much the last command is I'm gonna push the image to my repository. So as I said, it's a very lightweight image. It shouldn't take long, it shouldn't take 10 seconds, yeah. And now I'm gonna just check
that my image is in my repository. So yeah, in the first one, yeah, my image is there. So pretty much, guys, that's all what I got for you today. So again, I want to make sure, guys, containers are really getting popular. Are really getting popular. So I'm sure you are going to have that conversation with your customers, with your developers in the future, if you already haven't had the conversation. The reason behind is fast, lightweight, runs everywhere. So that's changing the way that we develop application. Because you and we are all VMware admins, I really encourage you to look for vSphere Integrated Container as a solution if you want to run container next to your workloads in your data center. Guys, thank you very much.